Hey everyone, just trying to, be more consistent with my videos and just, get my version of art out there. So basically, what this video is about is um, about how to be happy and how you have to plan for happiness the same way you have to plan for everything else that you want to achieve in your life. Most of us, like not most of us, but a lot of us struggle with actually feeling happy, feeling fulfilled, feeling like, everything in our life is what we actually want. And that's because, we don't necessarily think on a conscious level what it means to feel happy. What does happiness look like to us? Like, how does it feel? How does it taste? What does it, what does it represent? You feel me? Like, and once we understand these types of questions, then we can start figuring out, okay, well, how do I get this? But then a lot of us stop right there when we think about, okay, well, I get this through this avenue, through this, route, let's call it route. Then when you think about the route, right, you have to actually then break it down a little bit more. Okay, how do I plan to get through this route? Case in point, if I know I'm going from here to work, I know, I have to get up. I have to basically stretch, take a shower, brush my teeth, eat breakfast. I know that I have to go downstairs to my garage. I know that I have to pull out of my garage. I know that I have to make a left, then a right, then another right, then another left. Take that down about 2 miles, 2.5 miles. Make a right through some back roads. Take that straight down for about a mile. Make another right and then an immediate left. Take that straight down about 2 blocks, make a right down 3 blocks, make a left about another 6 blocks. Then once I cross a bridge, I make another right, I cross another bridge, and then I make a left and I take that straight down basically to my job. Right outside my job, there's this light, and then I make another left, and then once I make another left, about 5 seconds going in, I have to make another left, and then it just this little curve happens, and then instead of me going straight down, because then I would have passed my job, I make a right, and now I'm at my job. I probably got that down, with paraphrasing in a rough estimate right now, 95%. The commute from my home to my job, I got it down probably 95%. And that's why I could do it automatically. That's why, I don't even think about what I'm doing. Sometimes we're on our phones, sometimes we're trying to change the music, sometimes we're on basically on a phone call, and, we don't think about it, it's automatic. So if we can plan that out, if we understand that on a subconscious level, then we have to bring that to a conscious sense, and we have to plan out our happiness. Case in point, if you're in a relationship, right, then you're trying to build, you're not trying to argue, you're trying to like create harmony, then you need to plan out your happiness within a relationship. Hey babe, what are some of the things that you like to do? These are some of the things that I like to do. And what about what are some of the things that you would like to do together? What are some things that you necessarily don't feel like doing, but you would do them with me because, I enjoy that, and vice versa. Let's go hiking, or let's, watch a TV show together. Let's, do puzzles together. Let's sing together. Let's make sure we shower together at least twice a week, or let me fold your clothes, you fold mine, or whatever. Like, nice gestures. And, you're planning vacations, you're planning, beautiful things to do for one another. You're planning who's cooking dinner, you feel me, changing that. And, these are things that you have to do. And when you do these things, because you planned them, they're on a conscious level. You know what to expect. You know what goes into doing them. And then what happens is it brings about happiness. It brings about harmony. Your girl appreciates you, or your man appreciates you, a lot more from doing these things. Let's talk about, just overall, like, what are some of the things that you like to do for yourself? When it comes to happiness and planning happiness, you have to understand that there's like 3 phases that I think. And if I'm missing anything, then, comment, let me know. You have to plan things that you would want to do by yourself, and for yourself. You have to plan things that, you can do for others. And then you have to plan things that you can do with others. And there's a difference between the last two. Doing something for somebody is not necessarily, doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing it with them. I can, buy my sister some food. It doesn't mean that I'm eating food with my sister. But if I take my sister out to dinner and me and her are having a beautiful night and stuff like that, then that's something different. It gives you two different feelings. The one where you actually giving your sister money for food, that right there can be fulfilling and can help you, and it's like happiness. But when you actually take her out and you're conversing, and you see the looks on her face, and she see the looks in your face, and that bond is becoming stronger, that builds more happiness. Let's say if I want to just go see comedy. Laughter is the key to happiness. It's one of the major keys of happiness, I should say, is laughter. If I want to go plan that, then I'm going to go ahead and go see, once again, a comedy, stand-up comedy, or let me just tell some jokes. Let me put it in my mind this morning. Yo, man, let me just make a couple people laugh today. Let me just go work, act a fool, whatever. And, in turn, it's going to make me feel good. Work will go by a lot quicker. Things like that. I planned that. That wasn't a subconscious, act that I did. It was a conscious act that I did that, basically, like, I knew what to expect from doing that. If you put your hand in boiling hot water, you know that you had to think about inserting your hand into hot water. So, you plan to burn yourself if you wanted to do that. Adversely, let's say if your hand is sore, you want to put your hand in, ice cold water. You're thinking about what that's about to feel like as you're doing it. So it's kind of like, when things like that happen, you're more at ease with what's about to happen. If I go get a tattoo, I know what it feels like. I know what the tattoo's about to look like. I know what colors I want, the type of shapes, the shading, if I want words on it. I know, how big the needles are, shading needles, and, coloring needles and outlining needles. I've planned this in my head. So when I sit down on a chair and I'm getting pricked by these needles and I understand it's going to take 5 hours, I'm more at ease with it. We got to do that with happiness. And I feel like, if you could bring your happiness from a subconscious level and just accepting the fact that, hey, listen, I'm not happy now. There's this gray cloud over me. I'm upset. And you start planning out your happiness. Maybe happiness for you is planning to, read for 15 minutes a day, or going to the gym for 45 minutes a day, or, making sure that you eat a healthy meal at least once a day, or drinking a gallon of water a day. These things just make you feel better about yourself and about your actions. And, it's like, cause and effect. I was reading today in the book, and it was talking about how cause and effect just links to another cause. So if I don't wake up on time today, right? I don't wake up on time today. I was supposed to wake up at 6:30 every day. Say I woke up at 7. Now, I don't have enough time, the effect of me waking up at 7 o'clock, I don't have enough time to make breakfast. Now, that effect just became another cause, because now when I get to work, because I didn't eat breakfast, I'm now starving. Now, that cause has become an effect, because after that, I'm starving, I'm working slower, I'm more lethargic, I want to go back home, I'm tired, because, all of these things, because I woke up at 6:30 in the morning, or at 7 o'clock in the morning, instead of 6:30, all of these causes became effects, and then it linked, so the effects became causes, if that makes sense. If that makes sense to y'all. Even if you got to rewind it back, I know probably could have done a slightly better job at explaining it, but I just wanted to, get that out there. All in all, plan your happiness. Figure out, the things that you like to do. Figure out the things that others around you like to do, because, we are all happier when we have friends to do things with, when we have people to share our memories with. That is a proven fact. A lot of people like saying, oh, I like keeping my circle small and all that other stuff. But, when you actually break it down, the more friends you have, the more people you have around you, the more people you have to share memories with, that right there correlates directly with happiness for most people. You know, there's an exception to every rule, but it directly correlates with happiness for most people. So if you can do that, if you can figure out a way to give to others, give yourself some free time, decompression. I value my free time a lot. I value being alone a lot. I value listening to music. I value watching movies, watching TV, watching YouTube on my own. That is me planning my happiness. So, you know, all in all, Sunday, think about your week. Try to plan your happiness throughout the week, how that looks for you, figure out what that feels like. And, you know, maybe just share this with somebody. Maybe somebody wanted to hear this or maybe needed this, you know, not necessarily wanted to hear this, but maybe needed to hear this. A lot of us, we struggle with happiness. We struggle with depression. We struggle with our mental anxiety. And maybe 2 minutes of this video struck a chord with somebody and was able to help them out. Maybe it can. I would hope so. So this is 11 minutes of, you know, me spewing out, and, you know, this is part of my happiness, making videos like this and planning this out and figuring out the overall notion of what I wanted to say. But have a great day. Hopefully y'all share this, y'all like this, y'all comment. We could definitely have a conversation about it. And hey, have a good week too.